Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is O-Sheena. I'm so happy to have you. As you can tell from the title, this is going to be my March wrap-up, and this was an interesting reading month for me, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, I did a couple themed reading vlogs, I got into like a couple series, and then I just stuck with it. And I don't have a ton of variety, to be honest, in this video. I still read 10 books, but they were all like in series of some sort. So very interesting. It was like a series month for me. And I hope you enjoyed like some of the videos that I experimented with this month. I had a bookshop with me video, a couple themed reading vlogs, and those were like slightly out of my comfort zone. I did have to like push myself creatively to make those happen. So thank you for the support on those videos and for watching them. I'll link them down below if you missed anything. So let's get started. I will just go in order that I read them, but also clump series together so that it's more coherent. It was also like pretty much an exclusive library month for me. I didn't read any other books that I owned this month, so whoops. But you know, I love my library and I do use it quite a bit. So I did finish Malicious Intent by Lynn Blackburn and Under Fire. So Malicious Intent is the sequel to Unknown Threat. I read that in February, gave it 5 stars, loved it, was very excited to keep reading this trilogy. And Malicious Intent was so good. Like, I think I enjoyed it even more than Unknown Threat. I gave it 5 stars. I think I just liked the characters even more. I liked the relationship dynamic. So you follow the same group of characters, but just a different guy on the team has a romance. This trilogy follows the Secret Service in Raleigh, North Carolina. Is it North or South? Not sure. And the way this author just wrote this group of characters, I loved reading about their dynamics. There was so much funny banter between all of them. So the team has a couple guys and a girl. And then in the first book, one of the guys gets into a relationship with an FBI girl. So there's a bit of crossover there, which was fun. But in this book, it's a like second chance romance, childhood friends to lovers story. Second chance romance isn't as good to me, but the childhood friends to lovers, love. And I feel like the way she wrote it, just the way they came into each other's lives again. So the girl has nothing to do with any kind of like law enforcement, but she is getting threatened. And so they have to like protect her. And I just love the way she makes these characters communicate. They talk, they're in their 30s, so they feel like mature adults. And it's just so refreshing. Truly, the banter, the romance, top tier, love it. And then the mystery is good. Like I don't read it for the mystery, but I'm still entertained by it. But the way the characters like work together to solve the mystery is more interesting than the mystery itself. Either way, loved this book, gave it 5 stars, really enjoyed it. Now, I did read Under Fire, which is the 3rd book and the conclusion to this trilogy, and it was a letdown. I mean, only because I didn't give it 5 stars, I gave it 4 stars. I was so interested in this one because it follows a couple that you have seen their dynamic throughout the first 2 books, and I was so excited to see how their romance would unfold. And the way that it did just cringed me out. Like, I wasn't that into it. And for this one, you follow the girl and the guy are on the same team, and they've had like some banter between them in the first 2 books, and you just could tell they both loved each other. But in this book, the reason that they had like issues and they weren't together was very serious, and it I guess you could call it like, this isn't lighthearted. the issue that this girl deals with, and I was looking for, I guess, maybe something more lighthearted, but not even that. Just like, I guess because of the issue that she had, it made their relationship more tense than like cute and awkward. So I didn't enjoy reading it for that. I did really like the mystery, but again, I don't read it for the mystery, but it was good enough, I would say. There was a term of endearment that the guy calls the girl that was so cringy to me, and it's just because I don't have experience with this term of endearment, and in my head, the way I picture it like is not cute at all. And I'm gonna not say what it is because it's not inappropriate in any way, but I also don't want to offend anyone. So if you get called this, then amazing, that's great. But for me, I was like kind of icked by it. I am filming a vlog actually that this book will be in, and I'll give more thoughts in that vlog. It's just not ready yet. I might as well just say, so I am filming this video ends when I read a 5-star book, and I'm really excited about it because it's been fun to try to read 5-star books, but I still have not read one yet. And this book was gonna be like my lifeline, and it failed. So that was really disappointing. So yeah, 4 stars though, like still great writing. It's just, the fact is that these characters, because it would have been so good, but there was too many cringy moments for me and I didn't enjoy it. So there you go. Still would highly recommend this trilogy though. Still definitely going to read more from this author because I love her writing and I love the way she writes the characters. So yeah, there's just certain romance tropes that I really don't like to read. So that's kind of what happened with this book. Okay, I'll talk about one standalone that I did read because it is a new release and I believe it comes out today. So I do recommend it. Love in Tandem by Becca Kinzer. I was able to sneak this in before the end of the month and I read it. I gave it 4 stars. I liked it a lot. Definitely the same kind of like witty writing that she had in Dear Henry Love Edith, but personally I definitely liked Dear Henry Love Edith way more, but I still highly recommend this book. So some of the key standouts were, I liked the faith content. I thought it was good and solid. I liked the way that these characters talked about that. I also thought the banter and just the way she put in humor, it was very funny. Like there's definitely a lot of giggly, laughy moments in this book. And the way she writes dialogue back and forth is just so good. And it's unique to her. Like she just, I don't know, it's like just so on point in the humor. So definitely those 2 things stand out. What brought it down was I felt like it lacked depth in the romance, and there was just a lack of depth, and that's really vague, and I don't know how else to explain it other than, I guess when we were in the characters' heads, it felt surface level, getting to know them and them getting to know each other, and they did have serious conversations, but it still didn't quite hit. And then also there is a bit of a side plot following the main character's sister, and I just was not interested in her storyline at all. Like I pretty much skimmed her chapters. There were some chapters in her perspective and I just didn't care, and I got to the end and I didn't feel like I had missed anything. So I just feel like it was unnecessary. It just like made the book longer. So there's that. Really liked the wrap up though. I liked the ending. I liked the characters together. I could see how they were good together, and there was like a little bit of a twist, you could say, at the end that I won't relate who it's about, but I thought that was good too. It made it kind of like crazy and funny. And yeah, so that's why it's 4 stars. Like still great writing, still easy to read, would still recommend it for sure. It's a clean Christian romance, so definitely solid, but I was looking for more, I guess, and so it just didn't hit the 5-star level for me, which was a disappointment, but that's okay. Not every book can be 5 stars. But again, this book was supposed to help me in my 5-star video and it did not. So I'm once again looking for that 5 star so that I can end the vlog, but there you go. Okay, and then I have a whole reading vlog for this trilogy, but I did read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by Stephanie Garber. And yeah, I gave the first 2 books 3 stars, the last book 2 stars. It wasn't for me. That's all I can say. Like, it's definitely very fairy tale-esque and whimsical, and that's cute and fun to read, I guess, but I was looking for more. I guess because it's so hyped, I'm just like, what is everyone so excited about? I know the character of Jax was really popular and people loved him, but I struggle with morally gray guys because they just get away with things that I just think are not okay. So yeah, I just don't like it when a girl will like a guy no matter what he does. Like, doesn't hold him to a standard, and he got to do whatever he wanted, and I just wasn't into that. It wasn't inappropriate and nothing bad happened for me, but yeah, so I didn't really see the relationship. Yeah, that's I don't know. I would still recommend it though. Like, there was nothing bad in it other than the way they would kiss. Sometimes they would get a little handsy, but not super descriptive, but like, there you go. So that's about it. No language that I remember, although I think there may have been like one B word, but otherwise like pretty much no language. Oh, there was like magic involving like blood that was like, okay. I mean, basically her blood could open doors. If she like dripped her blood onto a lock, it would unlock. So whatever, nothing like evil, I guess, happened in that sense, but they do go to some like dark places, I guess. So I don't know. It just wasn't for me. It's not my kind of fantasy, I guess. I'm not into like, I guess, creature fantasy. I don't know. So yeah, but still, more power to everyone who loves this trilogy. I'm not sure that I'll ever read Caraval because I don't know. Yeah, it's also kind of the author's writing, but there you go. So man, that's rough. And we're going on to another rough one. So I also read Destroy the Day by Brigid Kemmerer, which is the conclusion to the Defy the Night trilogy. And I feel like, I don't know, I guess because I gave the second book 5 stars, I gave this book 5 stars. I super enjoyed reading it. I thought just everything about it was so entertaining and really fun. So I highly enjoyed this book. I found the first book like too much was going on and I wasn't following it, but then this book felt more straightforward and I really liked it. Okay, why did I preface that? Because I need to like just tell you guys that I wouldn't recommend this trilogy to you all unless, yeah. As long as you're aware of what the content is. So Destroy the Day, it has like a couple chapters, like 1 or 2, of like detailed physical intimacy between 2 guys. And truly, it came out of nowhere for me. It was hinted at that one of the characters was that in this book, but he felt like a side character, so I felt like it didn't matter and I just overlooked it. But he gets his own perspective in Destroy the Day, and you follow him for quite a bit of the book. And I enjoyed that. I like his character. However, he gets his own romance with another guy. So it took it too far for me, and it was just unexpected. Otherwise though, honestly, I loved the plot. I loved the character growth. I loved how it ended. I thought it was a great ending. Although, yeah, no, it was a good ending. Whatever. It was just that key part, and there were chapters of it. That was the thing. And then the other couple, they also had their own moment. It was fade to black, so that's fine. But I would almost say that there were like mild open door scenes between the 2 guys in a chapter or 2, and I was like, whoa, did not expect that. Okay, so just so you know, I feel like on my channel I wouldn't recommend this trilogy, even though I loved the writing and this was a fun trilogy, and I thought the way she wrapped it up is great. I was super into it, except for that. So, and that's like pretty major. So I know a lot of people would not want to read that. So that's all I can say. So just so you know, I needed you all to know, but I still love this book. Okay. And then I did attempt to read Under the Magnolias by T.I. Lowe, but this was not what I expected. So it's pure Southern vibes. That's what I got. So I started the audiobook, and just this Southern accented Southern belle lady is just reading to me. And I had trouble following it. Like, I was just confused most of the time. And then it does start like pretty sad. It starts with a death? I kind of forget. And I was also a little confused. I think it starts with like a difficult pregnancy and the mom dies during it. So that was like kind of traumatic. And then I just was like, I don't know what I'm reading. I'm confused. And so I did DNF this book. And I don't know if I'll ever come back to it. Like, there were a lot of characters to follow, and maybe it was the accent a little bit I had trouble following. So that is that. I am very surprised. I thought I was going to love this book, but she might be a one-hit wonder for me because I love, wow, Lulu's Cafe. I love that book. but yeah, whoops. So there's that. Okay, I do want to mention this because I didn't put it on Goodreads, so you would never know unless I say it right now. So Into the Fire by Irene Hannon. I started this book, but I think Irene Hannon is not going to be an author for me. She writes Christian romantic suspense, but I've tried starting 2 of her books now. This is the second time this has happened. She starts her books in the bad guy's perspective, and this book in particular, like, it was too far with the details. Like, this guy this guy had abducted a woman, and he was like, I don't know, torturing her, whatever, doing stuff to her. And it was really unsettling, and I was really uncomfortable. And I was like, I'm not reading this. No. Like, it just was too far. And she did this before in another book that I tried to try. And so it's not for me. Like, if you like, I guess, gritty suspense, then this would be this. But I'm just not, because this is one of her new releases, I think, this year. So yeah, I think I'm just not going to try her books anymore. So that's upsetting, but I wanted to tell you because I was in like a romantic suspense era, kind of. It's kind of ending now, but this book was like, whoa, it's too much. And I will say, like, the audiobook made it even worse because the way that the narrator spoke about it, it was like super unsettling. So I just have to say that. But okay, that is the wrap up. Yeah. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I will write all the books down below, and thank you for watching. And we trug along. I don't know what videos are coming yet this month. I was away all long weekend for Easter, and it's Monday right now. So I'm quickly filming this and gonna edit it and upload it for tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just in the middle of planning everything for this month. We'll see what time I have. But again, thank you for being here on my channel, you guys. I really appreciate your kind comments, and I just love this community that we have. I love that it's growing, and I just appreciate that you guys like my videos. So once again, if you ever have any requests or suggestions or anything that I could improve my videos, please let me know, and within my power, I will try to do those things. And if you ever have book recommendations for me as well, I'm always collecting recommendations, and I am going to be working on a vlog to read your guys' recommendations eventually. I just have to gather the books, but I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you. I see your comments. I see your support on Instagram as well. And yeah, I just love this channel. So I am excited to continue on, and I'll see you guys in my next video, I guess. Have a good day.